This is Dolynny TV, and guys, welcome to the second video of 2018. And you see before us, we've got ourselves a brand new franchise. No, it's not the Houston Astros. It is the Atlanta Braves, but hold on. You're a lot smarter than I'm giving you credit for right now. Tags, titles, description, all that tells you it's High Hopes Season 4. And I've got some explaining to do. You know, you're that GM, right? You're that GM that takes a chance on a kid that wants to make the major leagues, a kid that's going to prove everybody wrong, and then you don't make the playoffs, you get kicked out of the playoffs, you suck in the playoffs, you suck in general, and 3 years down the road you get fired. So we had to transition over to Atlanta. Well, Atlanta, let me tell you, has this nice, weird combination of a lot of payroll, a lot of players with skill, and a lot of players with potential. So what we were able to do is get Mr. High Hopes his first trade. GM comes calling for his kid. I came calling. And High Hopes is now on the Atlanta Braves wearing number 0. And you see here he's among quite a star-studded cast. Let me add that as well. Ender Inciarte, Dansby Swanson, who's a 90 overall but still only 26. Freddie Freeman up to a 92 at 30 years old finally. Kyle Seager, 87. High Hopes down at 16, but hey, 16 means he's 12 overall. That kid is on fire. Wellington Castillo. So of course we had Sal Perez here. We had Sal Perez, and we ended up trading away Sal Perez for Wellington Castillo to free up a lot more salary, and that's what we were able to do by signing Ozzy Albies to an $11 million contract. A little bit more than I would have signed him for, but at an 88 overall, and he's not a star. He's not happy, but we really don't have a spot for him, right? Kyle Seager's got to hit bombs. So does Freddie Freeman, and I mean, he doesn't have the power to hit bombs. He's kind of fills in that Dansby Swanson spot if Dansby Swanson could fill in Kyle Seager's spot, but unfortunately he can't. Rio Ruiz, another very good prospect for the Atlanta Braves. 62, 50, 56, all that looking good. And then Kurt Kellenberger, of course, another prospect. I'm not sure if he's real or not. Didn't do my research prior to this. Should have. 82 overall. He's satisfied. Quick reflexes. Got that cat thing. And he's on the bench, so he could be happier, that's for sure. But we gave away his second base position to Ozzy Albies. Because Ozzy Albies, I don't know how to say it, but he looks to be a little bit more promising. Mike Foltyn, dude, these Atlanta Braves names have me whack right now. Steven Matz, Jesse Hand, Aaron Blair, Matt Wisler, Harvey Redmond, who is also a pickup from the Rule 5 draft, and then just a couple guys to fill out the bullpen, Aroldis Vizcaino at the end. So let's get this underway. High Hopes, up to a 16 overall on morale. Should be able to have a good season to start. Let's find out. 10-7 right there. Need to auto-fix those lineups down there in AAA. And we're off to a 3-6 start, and then all of a sudden turn it back around to near 500 and over 500 now. And we finish 500 on the month. So right there, a shaky start to the year. You see, oh my god, Ender Inciarte is just lighting it up. 337, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs at the top of the lineup. Woo! Same thing with Dansby Swanson, who's now a 91. And you got Freddie Freeman, who's actually struggling a little bit, to be honest with you. Kyle Seager really struggling. And High Hopes, somehow, this is the best month High Hopes has had in his career, might I add for you guys. He's -1 on contact versus right, but +1 contact versus left, still 12 overall. But 87 at-bats, 4 runs, 15 hits, 5 RBIs, and a .172 batting average. One of the best months on career for him. He's on pace for what, 30 RBIs this season? You better believe it. He's going to get it done. All right. Month number 2, May is a 31-day month, and we're going to go on a winning streak, hopefully, and win a bunch of games. Not a losing streak. That would be pretty sucky. And Indians acquire Mazzara from the Rangers in his final year. Francisco Mejia and Jay Bruce go to the Rangers as well. So keep that in mind when we end up facing the Rangers and we get crushed. Things not looking good at all. We're 19 and 25. And AA injury, so we'll just keep him active down there. That's no worries to me. And place on bench. So we're 22 and 28 to start the year after 2 months of play. High hopes, still cold as a stone. 199 at bats, 156 batting average. He's a +3 in contact versus the left. He's plus across the board except contact versus right. And he's pretty happy to be an everyday player. The rest of the team, well, Wellington Castillo's looking really good actually. He's on pace for a career year if things continue here. This is looking good for him. Freddie Freeman, 15 homers. Dansby Swanson, 9. And Ender Inciarte, looking for a career high here. Looking for a career high, and he's only 50 games in. Possibly. We could find out. Ozzy Albies, not having the season he needs to be having. And our pitching staff is not exactly what's killing us. I mean, Jesse Hans had that 5.40. Then you have Aaron Blair, who's had a 5.05. And Matt Whistler, who's had a 2.44. So only 2 pitchers getting blown up in the 5.4s, but that could be the issue. Harvey Redmond, he's seen a lot of work, 4.61. Not good. I mean, I guess his performance is below, his salary's below, all that. That is an issue. Paul Sewald's been solid, so is Chris Tillman. AJ Minter, not at all solid, 9.58. We're going to actually switch him out for Harvey Redmond and see what that ends up doing for us. Actually, let's go Harvey Redmond for Chris Tillman and keep AJ Minter in the bullpen. And then Sam Freeman, absolutely stellar. Sam Freeman's been unreal, and Arodys Vizcaino has gotten destroyed several times this year. 6.10, 2 losses, 2 wins, so he's blowing a lot of saves. Brutal. This team will turn it around, I'm sure. First year player draft, simulate draft, and we have to go sign our draft picks, see what we got. I'm always curious, guys. You know I'm always curious to see what we get. In this draft, we got absolutely nothing I'm interested in except for Rich Barlow, who's this 83 potential. We got Keith Ramirez, who's a backup catcher potential as well. And that's about it right there. So bad draft for us. That's okay. That's all right. We can rebound and have a great rest of the year, I would hope. And you see, we're on a little bit of a winning streak here. Mr. High Hopes better be doing something that that bullpen and Southern League All-Star game. Don't need to worry about that. We are 10 games below 500, finished 9 games below 500. And High Hopes up to 17 overall, 11 RBIs on the season, no home runs. He's not getting it done. Ender Inciarte wearing a crown, obviously probably for his 300 average, I would imagine. And so High Hopes, you see -1, +3, +1 across, and he's up to a 13 overall. All right, Mr. High Hopes, keep that up. Let's get into July. This is where things normally really pick up in franchise mode because you get all the trade offers and whatnot, and nobody has once sent a trade offer for High Hopes. That's probably a good thing because any other team but my team really doesn't need a guy like him. You want to win, don't you? And 41 and 55, all of a sudden that'll change a little bit. Colby McCord, Rays acquired from the Athletics for straight up trade. It looks like that's not too bad. And right there, organizational messages, 44 and 59. High Hopes caught fire. High Hopes caught some fire here, boys, and he's up to a 188, up to a 14. Or 18 overall, so yes, 14 overall. That's wow, okay. So suddenly we are back on track. 103 games. He's got 50 games comparative to what he played last year to hit another 7 RBIs and get to a 200 average. He's had 76 hits, so he's 30 off his career high and only 19 runs off his career high. At bats, he's looking like he could easily clutch it. We'll find out. But he's starting to catch fire, and I think this team could be catching fire right away here. Freddie Freeman, something's not working up here, and I don't know if it's a lack of speed, and I think I'll take Dansby Swanson out for Ozzy Albies and get Kyle Seager, because you see, nobody has a lot of RBIs. Like, no, we're not scoring runs. That's the issue. It's not the pitching. It's definitely not scoring runs. You see, we have 2 runs. Oh my God, this is brutal, guys. We got to score some runs. I didn't realize that was what was going on. Oh well, there's some runs scored. There's some runs scored. All right, and we're right back to where we started. Okay, so we're 20 games below 500 to start this year. Really not scoring a lot of runs. I just can't win at franchise mode this year, guys. That's where we're going. All right, so we've got one last month to go. High hopes, freeze down. He's up to a 15 overall, looking to be plus across the board. He's got 24 RBIs and 512 at bats, 34 runs. So okay, this is where it comes down to. Just got to finish off the minor league seasons here, and we will find out what high hopes can do the rest of his month. And Braves and stuff have not made the playoffs, so we now have all these guys up here in Jonah Cardona and Diego Blanco. So we will send down Cardona and Blanco, and okay, move to AAA. Man, Diego Blanco fell off the rails there in AAA this year. That looks brutal. His overall was like 73 to start the year. Let's get this month over with, shall we? We shall find out what the Atlanta Braves have in store. A 65, 67, maybe a 70-win season. Nope, 67 and 95 to end the season. And how did high hopes finish it out? With 26 RBIs, 161 batting average, and a career high in at-bats. So he finished as a 15 overall, and he's up to 26 RBIs. So he has 87 career RBIs, 102 hits. He was 3 hits short, and it was just because he had so many at-bats that he was only 4 hits short. Guys, this has been season 4 of High Hopes here on Dolynny TV. I'm Tyson. As always, guys, thank you for tuning in, and I will catch you guys in the next one.